Right, guys, got a little bit of a different one today. I think this is my first. Yeah, this is my first uh, non-folding fixed blade. This is Freebooter's blades, custom blades. He is, as far as I can tell, a one-man operation making blades out of California. He says that he is a veteran, special warfare veteran. So shout out to Freebooter. It's pretty cool. I am a Navy veteran too, just regular Navy. Um, so he started making blades a few years ago, and I got this back in 2022, right? So just a little things caught my eye. You know, it's easy if you're the one man show uh, to kind of miss some things, but I'll get to that later. For now, I'll give you some specs. This is called the Freebooter Henchman. This is the Desert Henchman, as he calls it. It's got some nice, I don't know, maybe some kind of desert wood on the handle. As far as I can tell, this should be 80 CRV B2 high carbon steel. And as far as I can tell, it is very, very, very high on the hardness scale, as I found out when I was sharpening this thing. But you get the knife, obviously, and you get a Kydex sheet. This is flat dark earth Kydex, and it did come with a 1.5 inch. They call it double combat loop. So it's cool. You can lock it, and then you can clip it on your belt, and then you can rearrange it whether you have it here. It's only 2 holes to hold it, and so you can change the screws whether you want it here, or even here, and carry it, you know, either tip up or tip down depending how you're carrying it. It's very much a shiv. Like, I don't know if I have like medium large-ish hands, and it's very much meant to be only held by your first 3 fingers, index, middle, and your ring finger. You know, I have nowhere for my pinky finger, and then it does have some very nice big jimping on the back of the blade, so you do have a very firm grip on this knife. Just some specs. The blade stock at the handle, right around 190 thousandths, which is very thick. And then it has like a false edge up top that starts out at 123 and tapers down to around a 50 thou thickness. Let's see. And then same, I'm assuming 40 thou thickness at the base of the blade, and then at the tip, yeah, maybe around, depending where you measure it, 30 thou. Cutting length, right around 2 3/4. Overall length, so this is a 6-inch machine scale, so let's say right around 6 3/8 long for the entire thing. I'll put it back in the sheath and do the weight on it. With the sheath, 6.20 ounces. By itself, 4.16 ounces. So I mean, it's pocket knife length and weight. It's not gonna weigh you down at all. It's sort of, the blade shape is Warncliffe maybe, but it does this weird thing where the very tip kind of curves up to meet the false edge. So again, not to knock this guy, but I did notice some things that I was like, well, that ain't right. You know, if you see my earlier videos, I am a machinist, so I work with metal and I know metal and machine products. First thing was that this blade was not sharp when it got to me. It was like a blunt tip. Like if you just took it on a belt sander and did your best. Um, so I did take some time with my natural stones. Um, and it did take a while because I found out this material is hardened very, very good. Um, I would say it's probably like 60, 65 HRC on the hardness scale. I wish I had a hardness scale to test that, but I'm just going off how hard it was to sharpen this blade. I did what I could because it was like a weird edge. If I wanted, I just don't know how to explain it. It was like a weird edge on there, and then you saw how it's like flat, but then up here it kind of curves in. But again, if you're long man on the, on the show, it's kind of hard to get everything, get all the fine details. Also found some sharp edges around the handle, which I just took care of with like a little bit of 200, 300, 400 emery cloth I had laying around in my garage. Excuse me. Other than that, it's kind of small and it's kind of cool to carry because it kind of looks like you have a little mini, I don't know, a double shooter, a pea shooter, a mini revolver. If you just see that, so again, be careful with that. It's not allowed in your area. It feels good in the hand. The weight, it's got a lot of meat right here. Like I said, 200,000. So it's got a lot of, for being a little snipe, it feels really good. Like the material in it and the wood handle feels really good. It's small enough where I feel comfortable carrying it in my pocket. I don't like the combat, what do they call it? Combat loop, double combat loop. Maybe if I was like, I don't know, going fishing and I needed a knife on my belt, I would do that. But I kind of like just throw it in my pocket because it's big enough and it kind of fits. That edge kind of fits in the pocket, the corner of your pocket. Other than that, I really liked it, man. It was $125, $24.99, and then it was $9.99 to ship it to my home. So $135 total. But I mean, this was back August 2022. So I think I've seen some of his new work, and the price is definitely adjusted for inflation. Again, with some of those unfinished, like this, around the inside of this part of the kydex is still very sharp, and then there's like a little relief hole here where the tip of the blade goes. You can still see the burrs on both sides from where it was drilled through. I guess to just provide a little bit of relief for the tip to go in and for the tip to be released and for air to be able to push the blade out. Not push the blade out, but so you don't create a vacuum effect when you put the blade in there, basically. It's a funky little knife. I like it. He has other bigger blades. He has different types of blades. He does custom blades now where you can tell him, what exact blade shape you want, length, handle material, steel you want, harness you want. If you wanted to get your initials or somebody else's initials engraved or embossed on there, etched on there, whatever. So check it out, freebooterblades.com. I'll put the link in the description. He also has, I'll link his Instagram on there. Other than that, thank you guys. Like, share, and subscribe.